First, let me express gratitude on behalf of the many people from St. Lucia who benefit richly from your kindness, your generosity, and the very professional care and support that you render to us over these years. First, let me also indicate that I, as the Chief Medical Officer then of St. Lucia, is even more appreciative of what you have done. And the reason why is because I knew that the family and friends that got together initially at the house of Mrs. Janet Linton were under tremendous pressure, even to deliver for your own people in Barbados. Because at that time, remember that cancer was a death threat and everybody wanted to survive. And so we had some challenges. However, the challenges were not only for the patients, it was for Mrs. Janet Linton and her friends that got together to form what was then a fledgling cancer support services. First of all, the only place that you had at the time available to you was actually her home. And her homes, served not only as the official office, but it also served as the counseling clinic for the cancer support services. It also served as the official meeting place. It was the collection point for donations. It was the center for the preparation of things like pastries, floor decorations, other items that you sold at your fundraising activities. So where do I come into this picture? First of all, access to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital was a little difficult at the time. Securing beds at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital for my patients were also difficult at the time. And so we in St. Lucia needed to have an ally in Barbados, and the cancer support services rose to that occasion. The work we wanted was many. First, we wanted to work out the logistics, such as securing the services, appointments, helping persons when they got there, purchases of personal items. We wanted to provide ground transportation to and from wherever they were staying, because at that time we had to, and thanks to you, Cancer Support Services, you were able to secure accommodation for us, to deal with immigration, to deal with issues, especially that psychosocial support that the patients needed as they not only engage in receiving the treatment, but also the difficulty of being away from home. So my people were really, really grateful. The second aim really of this message is one that I think that is personal to all of us in the field of health, and especially persons in your field. Let me put it this way. We are seeing the cancer support services as on a journey, because even without boasting, your actions promoted better health care. They also allowed the quality of the patient care and the outcomes to really be augmented. You really did a good job. You also serve as the advocate for patient rights. And I know this because I participated in several meetings on the aegis of the cancer support services when you dealt with people at all levels of government, at all levels of corporate Barbados. In fact, you actually had engagements with Prime Minister, Minister, Parliamentary Representative, and the technical field, hospital administrators, heads of wards and different units. And I have to state that at every occasion when I was there, the opportunity was taken by the cancer support services to articulate the needs of not only the patients, but their families. You also were able to obtain commitments from many of these persons, and I can also state that there were some tangible benefits. However, I did play a small role in the area of strategic planning and project proposal documents. And yes, you were, that is cancer support services, you were the voice of the people. And what I'd like to ask is that you extend this particular voice beyond just an actions, beyond just the augmentation of the allied healthcare and support services to the goal of elimination of cancer in all its forms. I know you're saying that this is a mighty task, but remember where you come from, where you came from. It's a good example of what can be achieved. Remember, you were just one person with an idea and a drive, and now here's where you are. What an accomplishment. Take that particular inspiration and please, I beg you, let us move it forward so the legacy of the cancer support services will be one that will have not only the resonance that you now have with the people of Barbados, but will initiate a movement that will be remembered by generations to come. Today and on the 25th of April, as I said, you will be celebrating 25 years. Please celebrate. You've earned it. Well done, Cancer Support Services. But let me take this opportunity to ask you to revitalize and re-engineer your efforts. Our realities have changed and societies are stressed. And there's a tendency for us to feel stressed. But we must recommit ourselves to bolster our alliances as we prepare for the next phase. I call it the next phase because you will also need to marshal the resources that you need. And so you need to engage in a more, what I may call a more way of demonstrating an advocacy role, so to speak, with your society. And the reason being that people want to know that there's value for money. Let me put it this way. We always say governments cannot do it alone, and I agree. And based on where you are positioned and the confidence that people have in you, I know that people like yourselves are in a great position to assist. And you may ask, how do I know this? Well, let's look at the facts. Every day that the patient does not need a bed in hospital because of cancer, but returns to work. Every day that a family member does not have to stay at home to look after a relative who has cancer. Every day that a patient is not on medication and does not have to rely on assisted medical care. It frees up a health worker to do something else for someone who is in need of care in another area. So every day that this happens, the society benefits. And therefore, I'd like to say this. Please do engage, not only from the aspect of being members of the Cancer Society, but you, as corporate Barbados, as governments, as persons from the region who have benefited, let us reciprocate what has been given to us by the Cancer Support Services and do our role. Let us support the Cancer Support Services. So please, congratulations on the 25th anniversary, and may God bless us all. Thank you very much.